What's your name and what team do you belong to?
Hi, I'm Matthew Kelcher and I'm here to represent Quislington.
How old are you?
I'm 26 next week.
What's your occupation?
I work as a political researcher for the London Borough of Islington.
Where are you from?
I was born in Belfast, I was brought up in Derbyshire, I went to university in Nottingham and now I live in Brent in North West London. I can see the Wembley Arch from the end of my street, so I'm pretty happy about that.
What's your strongest and weakest subject and why?
Well, as a political researcher, if I didn't say politics, I think you'd be worried. I do know all the results of the general elections of the 20th century off by heart, which is quite handy. I'd say my weakest subject is probably food and drink. I'm a big fan of eating and drinking, but I think I have quite simple tastes, so sometimes I do get caught out by some of the more foodie type questions.
Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I'm a big football supporter. I'm a member of the Sheffield Wednesday London Supporters Group and play for them in a quiz league. I also really enjoy attending the theatre and the cinema, and I spend quite a lot of time travelling.
If you could ask an egghead any question, what might that be and why?
Well, when I was at school, our history teacher had a hobby where he walked into other history classes and asked the pupils and the teachers, if Philip II was the first king of Spain, why was he called Philip II? So I think I'd ask all the eggheads that and see what they had to say.
Who is your favourite egghead and why?
My favourite egghead is Daphne. I quite like her because she always seems to be the only one who's quite sympathetic when the opposition team walk away with no money at the end of the show.
Which egghead would you most like to take on in your subject?
I've noticed when I've been watching Eggheads in the last couple of weeks that I've been able to beat CJ on sport a couple of times, so I think I'd like to give him a run for his money on that.
Who would be your ideal dinner date and why?
I'm a big fan of Jack Johnson, who became the first ever black world heavyweight champion at boxing in 1910. He had to overcome a huge amount of racial prejudice to achieve this and was eventually imprisoned on trumped up charges to get him away from the title. So I think he's a true American hero and I'd love to have a chat to him about his experiences.
If you could take one item to a desert island, what would it be and why?
Well, when I was a kid and all my friends wanted to be footballers, I always wanted to be a football manager. And unfortunately, when I became a teenager, they invented this game called Championship Manager, which allowed me to live out that fantasy. So I think if I had a laptop and a copy of the game, then I'd be quite happy to spend the rest of my days on a desert island.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks.